Hello, everyone. This is the Insert Title Show, and I'm your host, Wolf Strife. In this episode, I am going to be talking about Conan the Barbarian. This is definitely one of my favorite movies of the 1980s. It came out in 1982, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger as Conan, Darth Vader himself, James Earl Jones, is the villain. I think the villain's name was Thulsa Doom. And pretty good cast in it. You got Max von Sydow shows up, and the other people are pretty good. It's a damn good movie. I remember when I first saw it. I was watching it in my bedroom, like I don't know. I think the year was like 2000. I think I rented the movie from the library. And in my room, it used to be like, all right, I would be laying in my bed because I didn't have a chair in there. Now I had this little like 12-inch screen on top of my dresser. So when I'm laying in my bed, my head's about, I don't know, 12 feet away from this little screen. That's how I used to watch movies. So when I first saw it, I wasn't really, I mean, I liked it, but I didn't really know what to think. It wasn't really epic on that small screen, and I didn't really know anything about Conan yet. I watched a lot of good movies on that TV actually. For the first time, I watched that Waterloo movie, watched 13th Warrior, I watched Excalibur, all these very cinematic movies. And yeah, on this little shitty TV. Wasn't until I got my big ass 51-inch widescreen television that I was able to fully enjoy epic movies. And when I finally bought Conan the Barbarian on DVD and watched it on this TV, I was like, holy shit, this movie rocks. And it does. I mean, it's just the action is awesome. The cinematography is amazing. The director was John Milius. I'm a big fan of his work, and this was his masterpiece. This was a very influential movie. It inspired an entire generation of filmmakers. I mean, Gendy Tartakovsky, the great cartoonist. I mean, you watch Samurai Jack, it's almost verbatim shot like Conan the Barbarian. And just a lot of other people, like I'm sure Zack Snyder was influenced by it when he did 300, and just a lot of people. The movie was written by John Milius and Oliver Stone, which is pretty funny because they're both at the opposite ends of the political spectrum. John Milius was kind of a crazy right-wing guy, and Oliver Stone's a crazy left-wing guy, so that's kind of funny. But they're good friends. I mean, John Milius is friends with everybody. He was part of that USC class of the, I guess, early 70s, late 60s with Steven Spielberg, Francis Ford Coppola, and all those guys. So that's like, yeah, he's part of all that. The music, the soundtrack is great, absolutely great. It was done by Basil Palladarius or something, some Greek last name. He did a few movies, but this soundtrack's fucking amazing. In fact, I own it on CD. I think I had to buy it from England for some weird reason, but yeah, I just love this movie, and Arnold. I mean, this is absolutely one of his best roles and performances, I thought. And this was really his first movie, other than I think it was 1972 movie Hercules in New York. But this was his real, you know, first movie. He got in amazing shape. He had to take horse riding lessons. He had to learn how to fight with a sword. And he got in such great shape for this movie that he had already retired from doing the Mr. Olympia competition, so he actually came back and won Mr. Olympia for the last time because he was surprised how good a shape he got in, just working out and doing all this stuff for the role. And it's got some really iconic scenes in the movie and some great lines like what is best in life, that whole thing. And I love the set design. The film was filmed in Spain, which was pretty badass. just everything in the movie works. I mean, and holds up very well, I think. The swords in the movie are iconic. I mean, Conan's Atlantean sword is, oh, I definitely have to buy one of those eventually. Can't wait to have it. It's just such a fucking cool sword, and I just love the movie. So, yeah, I just love the movie. In fact, when Oompi came over to my house the first time in 2012, when he came up from Florida, that was the first movie we ever watched together was Conan the Barbarian, and he liked it a lot. So, and I guess I owe the movie a lot for kind of inspiring me to get into the whole Conan thing, and I'll do some videos on that later, talking about the books and the graphic novels and stuff. So, yeah, it's a classic movie, and I love it. So, if you haven't seen it, check out Conan the Barbarian, and if you have seen it, you know what I'm talking about.